You're watching Taste the Victory.
Hey guys, welcome to the profile for one of the most hyped decks in this format. People have been buying out Ancient Garurumon since I think Booster Set 4, hearing the rumors of this card coming soon. Gabumon Bond of Friendship. So there is a lot of hype because this card is absolutely insane. It is a level 7, but its ability to remove the board and just swing for so many games, or swing for so much security so quickly, is absolutely insane and really increases the power level of the game that we've seen so far in terms of speed and aggression. So there is a lot of discussion about which build to run because there is two distinct versions of this deck running around, and really there is even more versions of the deck that are going to be running around. But the big two main ones everyone is going to debate building is the Rookie Rush variant, which we have here for you today, and the Ancient Garurumon version. So there are merits to both decks. They are both absolutely amazing and worth running and can absolutely top your locals, your nationals, your regionals. And it comes ultimately, in my opinion, up to your personal preference and playstyle and your local meta, or what you expect to see at your next regional that you are attending. The main thing is that they are both very fast decks. The thing with Rookie Rush version is that it has a hard time getting past black decks, so black blockers, or the new deck introduced in this set, Black Royal Knights, which is going to be really popular, and stuff with wide removal, while the Ancient Garuru version has a rough time versus things with security bombs in it, you know, so like Trump Sword, Fly Bullet, which Three Musketeers are going to be running a lot of, Gaia Force, that kind of stuff, because you are committing more to one stack in that build typically than you are in Rookie Rush, so hitting a bomb and security like that is really detrimental, which compared to Rookie Rush isn't too big of a setback if you lose one body, since you're going wide, since it is a Rookie Rush package of building up to Ancient Garurumon to push for game. So they definitely both have their merits, and it really is ultimately up to you, your call, which one you want to run. Let's go ahead and start getting into the actual list itself though. We've been staring at it long enough. Let's break down why we're running each card. First up, only 4 eggs. Why is that? There is not a lot of other great eggs in my opinion for blue in this meta, I would feel like. The only other deck I would really consider running would be the Demi V that is in the All 4 starter deck, which has unfortunately been delayed. It has, if you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. I don't think it hurts to run this just for that extra DP boost, although typically at 14,000 you're not really too worried about your DP at that point, because you're only really fearing the level 7s, which are really low odds of turning up in security. Really only, level 7s and up is the only thing you would ever be worried about. But since all the other decks are kind of average, I would really rather prioritize the draw off Upamon and make sure you always have that, because in a meta like BT6, there's going to be a lot of reviving, a lot of hard casting. Upamon will almost always be guaranteed to be live, so you want to prioritize that draw and make sure you always have that extra cycling in blue, because blue is traditionally a color that doesn't have much cycling. Most of it is commonly locked to archetypes, so Upamon's generic draw is really crucial and why I want to prioritize it. But if you want to run a 5th egg for that grind game, Demi Vmon is not a bad option at all. Next up, our rookie lineup. Let me go ahead and turn on stats for you guys here so you guys can see what we got here. This is Rookie Rush focus, as I said, so we are running 17 whole rookies here, and it's basically just a Gabumon party with Gomamon tagging along because their mom made them bring him to the party. First up, we got the good old classic from the very first booster set in English, Gabumon, 3 to play, 1000 DP, and then on play, trigger draw 1. So this is great because you're going to be hardcasting rookies anyway, so for only a 3 cost as opposed to 2, you get to draw 1, basically replenishing itself in hand. The problem that Rookie Rush faces a lot is its ability to draw. If you are able to grind it out and deplete its hand, it has a very hard time coming back from any push you made. So Drabu, lovingly nicknamed in English, yes, Drabu, this Gabumon. Because of that draw, Gabumon replenishes itself and is great for the hand advantage to not start losing gas when playing Rookie Rush. After that, we got this new Gabumon introduced in Booster Set 6. This guy is a cute little chunker, 3 to play, 2000 DP, all turns, once per turn. When you play a Tamer with Matt Ishida in its name, gain 1 memory. Gabumon, when attacking, once per turn, if this Digimon is Gabumon Bond of Friendship, you may unsuspend it. So this plays into the OTK rush strategy you are doing with Bond of Friendship, because not only does Bond of Friendship already restand itself if you have a blue Tamer out, you get another restand off of Gabumon, so that helps you seal games sometimes when all you're missing is those couple of swings. And the nice effect, all turns effect, is when you play a Tamer with Matt Ishida on its memory, gain 1 memory. So we'll get to Matt in a second, but it does reward you for pushing out of a breeding area a Gabumon. So the temptation is to hold Gabumon until you get Matt out first. But you gotta keep in mind, this first effect is all turns, which means if this is played from security because your opponent swung, you do still get that 1 memory, and it could save you. You know, if you're at 0 memory, it could save you a new turn, buy you an extra turn that you may have not had if they swung for lethal. So it's very much worth hardcasting this guy, pushing him out early, all that good stuff. It's a great card, and why we run it at 4 out of all the Gabumons we're running, along with Drabu. Next up, we got, this is a promo Gabumon. So this is the dash pack, I believe, if you get for buying a box of Booster Set 6. It is 3 to play, 2000 DP, and then on play, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 Tamer card among them to your hand. Place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. So if you were playing around Booster Set 1, you'll remember that Red has a really similar, actually an exactly same effect as this in Agumon BT1. And the thing with that is that this is great for searching your Tamers. You have a lot of search power now between Davis and between this guy. You have a searcher for all the pieces that you want to grab, because you want to have the Tamer out and you want to have your Digimon out. So this guy helps you search your Tamers, which previously we did not have a way to search, I don't believe, off the top of my head, other than generic draw support. So this is great to make sure that you always see your Mat Ishidas, or at least get closer to it. That's why we're running it at 3, to make sure we are able to see our mats if we don't see it. Next up, we got 2 cost Gomamon. Because this is Rookie Rush, we are running 3 copies of this. It's 2 to play, 3000 DP. Fantastic card, just be able to hardcast multiple bodies with low memory commitment. So that's a song and dance we probably are all very familiar with at this point in the game. Next up, we got another Gabumon. This one is in Booster Set 8. So I do believe Booster Set 8 was unfortunately delayed recently, was the announcement, to be even after Booster Set 6. Like, I believe Bandai didn't give an official date, but they said that Booster Set 6 will be coming out, and then later these new starter decks will be coming out. So I'll give a replacement in a second, but first this plays for 3 cost, 2000 DP, and then its heritable is all turns where you have 8 or more cards in your hand, this Digimon gets plus 1000 DP. So it literally does the same thing as a Demi-Vmon over here. And the thing with that is it's good for being able to boost up your DP if you're able to see it. This is what, but again, it's not like terribly crucial. 14,000 is a really good number, and you're very rarely seeing anything. This guy at least puts you over the break more points of not dying to, I believe, Sword in security. No, Sword is 15,000 DP, but there's a couple level 7s that are 14,000 that'll help you live over. But that's why I think like you could run either or, so you don't hurt too much if you don't run a WV, because you are running this guy for the DP boost. Now, he is in the starter decks, so we won't be seeing him just yet anytime soon. We have to wait for the release date from Bandai. So in the meantime, this card is a Booster Set 6, and it's a fantastic alternative to run over the Gabumon if you're waiting for your starter decks. This is Madoki Betamon, who is 3 to play, 2000 DP, and in all turns, your opponent can't gain memory except with Tamer effects. So this is amazing if Ancient Garu, or rather if Bond of Friendship in general becomes popular and you see the mirror a lot, you shut off their, what do you call them, Hammer Sparks. Against who else? Purple, you shut off a lot of their memory gains outside of their Tamer effects. Yellow, you shut off their Blinding Ray. This is a fantastic meta call, and it's going to be seeing a lot of use. Really annoying because it's like a 3 cost rookie, so it's going to be annoying to spend like entire removal just to get rid of this guy if you can't beat over it somehow. So it's a very good option to consider over Gabumon if we don't have access to the starter decks just yet. Next up, we got Gorillamon, 6000 DP, 1 to Digivolve into. Because this Rookie Rush, you value trading with blockers rather than the cheap on-play cost of other champions. And so you want that 6000 DP to make sure you always trade with their blockers so that your other rookies that are still in the field can swing safely once the blocker is gone. That's why we value this over, say, whatever, Gorillamon, I believe, is the 1 cost blocker in blue. Next up, we got Lobomon. We are running 3 of this bad boy because I really want to see it, because a lot of times Lobomon will be the last card you need to swing for lethal and just Digivolve over a Tamer. Fantastic card. And next up, we got new introduced in this set, Booster Set 6, Octomon. It is 5 to play, 2 to Digivolve into, and 7000 DP. But check that out, it is a level 4. It is a level 4 with 7000 DP. That's huge. This is great for being able to like straight up delete your opponent's blocker. If they try to block this, it gets deleted because you're at 7000, while the biggest average level 4 blocker is 6000 DP. It lets you beat over a lot of stuff outside of just the blockers, and also it's just a really safe number. If you have like Gabu underneath it or a Demi-V with your hand all set up, this becomes 8000 DP, which is honestly a perfectly safe number for a low commitment champion to swing into security with. It creates a lot of great early pressure and advantage. Next up, we got our blocker. This is Grizzlymon, the 2-cost blocker. Again, we're not running the 1-cost blocker because we value that 6,000 DP. In the mirror, we want to be able to delete anything that's swinging with 5,000 DP or less. And if they swing with 6,000, well, at the very least, we traded away their Gorillamon or whatever it is they're swinging. And there'll be other colors too that'll be playing aggressive like that with Rookie Rush having a lot beefier guys this meta. So you definitely want to have that 6,000 DP blocker. And we're only running 2, so the 2-cost of Digivolve as opposed to the 1-cost blocker isn't that big of a trade-off in my opinion. Then we got the star of the show himself, Gabumon Bond of Friendship. 3 to Digivolve into for a level 7 is insane. It is 14,000 DP, and then when attacking, once per turn, if you have a Tamer in play, you may unsuspend this Digimon, and then when attacking, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck, trash all of the Digivolution cards of that Digimon. So you will notice, this is not once per turn, rather the return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon effect. You can bounce multiple things with each restand, and that is absolutely insane to me. Like, why was that designed like that? Like, that is crazy oppressive. But yeah, it is really fantastic. Great level 7. You have a lot of ways to restand. Oftentimes, if you have the perfect combo setup, you're going to have 3 swings with this guy because you restand off Gabu. If you have Mad Out, or even Davis, really, because you just need the blue Tamer, you restand off its natural effect, and then all that, you swing one more time for a total of 3. It's absolutely insane. Instant heavy pressure while also removing your opponent's board. A lot of opponents may be just getting used to this meta, and they'll be like digivolving Savior Huckmon in the battle area, you know, to get that effect to play a Sistermon now for free. And that is like a huge mistake into this matchup because you will just bounce both the Sister played for free and the Savior Huck to the bottom of their deck. So yeah, Gabumon is an amazingly powerful level 7, and there's a lot of reason there's hype for it. Next up, we got Forbidden Trident. So this is kind of the quote-unquote spice for this meta. Maybe some YouTubers will even be mad for leaking it as their key to get into Worlds. I don't know. But like, this is what everyone's been testing in Japan and stuff, because this card is insane. Forbidden Trident, only 1 cost, main. One of your Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP, and when attacking, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. Trash all of the Digivolution cards of that Digimon. And the security effect added to this, add this card to its owner's hand, so you'll always see it even if it gets stuck in security. Now, why is this card amazing? Like, it's only bouncing level 3s and stuff, right? First of all, twofold is how amazing this card is. Well, one, the plus 2,000 DP is actually pretty big in a Rookie Rush based deck. If your opponent is running the 1 cost to Digivolve blockers, which means they are 5,000 DP, your Gomamon now suddenly trades with it rather than being deleted, so they lose that blocker, you know? And then also, it just puts them above the 3,000 DP threshold. So if your opponent has rookies in security, your Gabumon, other than the Drabu, all your other Gabumons are now 4,000, which means if your opponent reveals a 3-cost vanilla in security, it suddenly lives, and that's more swings your opponent has to waste on removing your board rather than that security, or waste like a removal option on your rookies. So that is a huge DP boost in to these guys in a Rookie Rush focused deck. And then also with your champions, same story. We're running the Grizzlymon to be able to counter these level vanilla champions with 6,000 DP. But with Forbidden Trident, that now puts Gorillamon at 6,000 DP, letting him delete any of your blockers, of your opponent's blockers if they try to block. And with Octomon, that puts him at 9,000. If we have Goblin underneath, that's 10,000 right there. Perfectly safe to swing into security and not worry about it getting deleted. So that alone is really huge for this deck. But more importantly, its second effect is amazing and incredibly meta relevant. Level 3 Digimon, when attacking, return one of your opponent's level 3 Digimon to its owner's hand. So let's look at what this meta is playing. Jessamon, you have Sistermons that it plays out for free. Sistermon Blanc, I believe his name, gives you blocker if you have Jessamon out. So yeah, they can't stop you with lethal with just that blocker because you'll be able to bounce them because the Sistermon Blanc is a level 3. So as long as it's gone off the board, your Sistermon Noir no longer has blockers since that's coming from the Blanc. So that lets you, like, suddenly they thought they were safe because they had like 2 blockers on field, and that's gone now because of Forbidden Trident. In the mirror, if they're running Motomiya Betamon and you need your Hammer Sparks to make a play, this gets rid of the Motomiya Betamon by bouncing it because it's a level 3. Plenty of other Digimon also have those blockers for the memory gain effect, so it's good to bounce those. Starmon has a lot of options to play level 4s or lower from your trash. Like, what was that? Nailbone, I believe, is the option that plays a level 4 and a level 3, so this will bounce the level 3s. This helps you clear your opponent's board and helps you push more aggressively into their security. So it's an amazing meta call, this meta, and I really advocate for it in Blue Set 6. Next up, we got Rattlestar. 5 to play, main, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to its owner's hand. If your opponent has 3 or more Digimon in play, return one of your opponent's Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck instead and trash the sources. And then in security, it activates this card's main effect. So this is amazing. Getting rid of the level 5 for only 5 is already amazing because this is comparable to Ray of Victory, I believe, in 1.5, which a lot of Imperial Digimon players were running for the early aggression against Giant Greymon. But now, if they have 3 or more, you can bottom deck anything. Which means, yeah, you can bottom deck a Jesmon. Jesmon gets a whiteboard so easy because of its ability to play out a Sistermon when attacking. You will very commonly have 3 bodies on board, and they can just bottom deck your Jesmon if you play into it by accident. Same with like Bielstar or something, and that's great against 3 Musketeers because they want that stuff in trash rather at the bottom of their deck. So Rattlestar for 5 could potentially be an absolutely game devastating option, you know? It's an incredible removal tool that you definitely want to run in this deck. Next up, we got Hammer Spark, free memory, no reason not to run it, it's literally 0 cost. Davis, it guarantees you 3 memory, and then on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 blue and green Digimon and into your hand. You don't mind missing out on the green at all, because you still get to dig for your pieces if you need them, and you're guaranteed 3 memory. Plus, Davis plays into the restand ability of Gabumon Bond of Friendship, so it's fantastic for that. And then we got Matt Ishida, 3 to play, your turn, when one of your Digimon with Gabumon or Gorillamon in its name moves from the breeding area to the battle area, gain 1 memory and trigger draw 1. Main. Once per turn, you can Digivolve one of your Gabumon into a Gabumon Bond of Friendship in your hand by paying its Digivolution cost, ignoring its level of Digivolution requirements. If you do, trash the top 2 cards of your security stack. Then, if you have 1 or more security, delete that Digimon at the end of the turn. So Matt is amazing. Not only does it give you that 1 memory, which may be all you were missing to be able to push into Gabumon for that turn, since he's only 3 memory costs, the Digivolve, but he also gives you a draw, and then he himself is what necessitates the warp, which is why we are running 4 of this, because you want to see this card every time. It is so good. Gabumon is, Matt Ishida is amazing because he's the one that's triggering the warp. It's not an effect on Gabumon, it's not an effect on Gabumon Bond of Friendship, so you need to see this in your opening hand, or at least at the second turn, to be able to play it out and make sure you start putting on that pressure. Otherwise, you're just playing a normal Rookie Rush deck, which isn't bad at all, but you, as said at the beginning of the video, you will probably run into some roadblocks that it can't get past until you get to Gabumon Bond of Friendship, which is why you want to run it as best as you can at 4 copies. So that is this deck, and now, as mentioned earlier, there's a lot of confusion about dates and all that stuff because of the delays. There's a lot of confusion if we will have Extra Set 1, the Classic Collection, by the time we get this. And the thing is, it's a really, really easy update for Extra Set 1 to Gabumon Bond of Friendship. You basically just add in Ice Wall. All of your opponent's Digimon gain when attacking lose 2 memory until the end of your opponent's turn. And then it's a Hammer Spark in security. The thing that makes it so insane is it's only 1 cost. So you could starve off lethal from your opponent a lot here, just enough for you to chip away at the security and win game. So you would maybe like cut down like on a Hammer Spark or Rattlestar and then like add it in. But ideally, like Trident's really only good in this meta, and maybe a bit of Extra Set 1s. You could even just cut out Trident and maybe a Rattlestar for 3 of those. I'll definitely do a profile specifically for the X1 when we do eventually get the meta, but just some suggestions in case we do end up with this meta where we're just like have BT6 and X1 at the same time. You guys want to get to it right away, but there will be its own profile for that. And there will be a profile for the ancient Gorillamon version. I'm just doing this one right now because I'm more familiar with it, since this is what I've been testing. Let me know if you're looking forward to the ancient Guru build version though for that profile. Let me know if you've been playing this or if you expect to play it and how it's been doing for you, and what else you want to see in future videos. And until those future videos, remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.